Hello, hello.
Hi.
Oh, I see the sun rays shining on you.
Yes, indeed. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
It is Friday, finally.
It is.
A long week, I feel like. It's been a long, long week.
Well, it's Labor Day weekend.
Well, sorry, it is Labor Day weekend.
So summer is kind of officially over. We're into fall. It's official.
Oh, no sound. No sound? We have no sound? Who else is having no sound? Maybe you... Can you guys hear us? Hey, Karen. Oh, you're watching from the beach. Oh, nice. That sounds okay. Good, excellent. Thumbs up.
So Amber is not here today, as you can see.
I guess you noticed she's not here. Yes, she's spending time with her babies.
Yeah, she'll be back next week. Oh well, yes.
Yes, we do acknowledge it. I still can. It's still very warm here in Spain, so it's.
Well, here it isn't. In the morning, it's gotten quite chilly. And Elizabeth, I hear you, but it's like when the kids go back to school and everything. For us, back to school is like now. So.
Oh, hey Jeremy, how is it going? We haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well. How did the move go? Did you guys move?
Hello, Lynn. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Elizabeth. So today, because we are headed for the fall, we decided to pair your please not to jump into Christmas right away. So we're gonna do fall today. Hello.
Yes.
I'm gonna be doing. Let's just wanted to tell you about a new thing I have on Patreon. There you go. So I just released new cookie decorating kits for Halloween. These are really fun and easy for beginners, and I think even for kids maybe. So you can grab them there at Global Belly. Right now, I think they're running a sale for Labor Day, 20% off. So you can take advantage of that and maybe grab a couple of these for next month.
And not just they're having a Labor Day 20% off sale, they're also offering free shipping for orders over $40, US orders over $40.
Yes, exactly. And you can always sign up for my bake club there. So that's on globalbelly.com, and you can just type in Global Belly Hanielas or Global Belly Montreal Confections, and you'll find our stores there. And I don't know if you guys watched the Tuesday episode, so I'm going to bring up my camera. Let's see if we can. Okay. All right. So there you go. So I'm just going to see if I can brighten this up. So today
did you do that cutter, or is that an actual cutter? Because I really like that.
That's an actual cutter, but I wanted to show you guys this cute little thing. Isn't this adorable? So this is my project from Tuesday. If you missed it, our Bake with Mar. On Tuesday, we do another live. So this is what I created on Tuesday, and I will have a full tutorial out soon as well. And here are the cutters I'm using today. Okay, let me just, okay.
Well, so glad you're safe, Angie.
Oh, hi, Angie.
We've been looking at the hurricane photos. So many people impacted by that. Scary.
And also the floods in the New York City and surrounding areas. I saw some images, quite something, huh?
It's very scary stuff.
I just don't understand people with the cell phone filming the freaking wave coming at them, and like you can't really escape it so fast.
You need that viral video.
Yes. Ooh, flavored cocoa bombs and pies. You're busy. Well, we have to start early because, right, the time flies. So these are the cutters I used. Honestly, I cannot remember where I got them, but they're fantastic. I've used them many times. Now, this is a classic, right? You can really get this cutter anywhere. But what I like about this one, that the stem is wide, so it's not too thin.
Yes.
This will also ship well. And I actually have a kit over at Global Belly where You can decorate maple leaf cookies very easily with like marbling, and it's all there. It's very popular there. I don't know what's this leaf. Is this oak? No, what is this? What's this tree? Can you help me?
I'm not good. Any
This is oak, or this is, I don't know. Well, anyway, so these are the leaves I'm gonna be using today to decorate, and I made gingerbread dough today. You can see here they are, and I'm gonna be doing really simple wet on wet. So let's jump right to it. I'm gonna do the simple wet on wet, and then we'll do a little more complicated. Okay, how about that?
So is that recipe on your blog?
Yes, this recipe is on the blog. I have so many different gingerbread recipes on the blog because I sometimes use honey in addition with molasses. I find kids are not so much in love with molasses because it's such a robust flavor, so they prefer honey. This recipe is under my Roman Colosseum post. So that's the recipe there. Okay, and the colors. So today I'm going with, let me just show you the colors we're going to be doing today. So these are the colors.
Absolutely. Gingerbread and fall cutters. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So let's kick the season. Let's kick off the season the right way, right? So I've got brown, white. This is yellow with a little bit of orange to mute it down, and this is blue, muted down with a little bit of ivory. Okay.
So Heather's saying that it looks like a beech leaf.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And this would be the oak?
Yes, I think that's an oak one. Yes.
Oh yeah, I should know because we had beech in the backyard in the US, and it produced a lot of leaves in the fall. Have the leaves started falling?
Here, no. The leaves are still green.
Yeah, it's still on because I remember in late August it would already start falling down.
Not yet here. It goes with the amount of daylight you get.
So I'm just gonna massage it again. And also, guys, next week I'm going to talk. I bought the silicone piping bag. Somebody recommended those, and so I bought them, and I'm going to test them, and then we'll see how they work, and I'll talk about that next week. Okay, so now I'm going to use my yellow and brown. We're gonna be making some wet on wet flowers. Oh, and I don't have my powder here.
You're in Texas, Julie. Are you going to go to CookieCon next month? I think it's in Dallas.
Okay, so let's get started. This one is super simple, super easy. So I'm gonna start with this one. And those of you who don't know what wet on wet means, it basically means that I'm going to pipe design onto the wet icing. What is the most important thing about wet on wet is the consistency of your icing. If your icing is too thick, then it won't be able to accept another line of icing that you pipe out on top of it. It will just stay on top of it. Our goal is to create a seamless layer. So I prefer to work with like a 15-second consistency. Even 20 seconds will work. But 20 seconds, it will start crusting faster. So I would recommend that you use it on smaller cookies rather than using it on large cookies. And now I'm going to just pipe random dots. Some smaller, some bigger, and these are going to be our flower centers. What's the really popular flower for the fall, guys? Nobody knows. I'm waiting for somebody to say something, but it's like...
Well, there's a delay.
There's a delay. No. I mean, like the voice-wise, I keep like thinking like they can...
Oh.
So it is a sunflower, right? So I'm just gonna make sunflowers
Andrea answered. Oh, Florence is right too. Mums. Heather, mums.
Oh yeah, mums, yes. I completely forgot about mums.
If you guys like mums, you can watch last Friday's live replay. Amber made some mums on some pretty polka dot pumpkin cookies.
Yes, she made flowers on a flower nail. So they look very nice. Yes, mums, I completely forgot. I should do something with mums. They would be really pretty.
This is giving me very retro vibe. The colors and everything, you know?
Yes. So this is basically just polka dots. And I decided to do a variety of sizes because it's easier for beginners. Sometimes it's hard to control the size of the dot. So, so it's just, you can just make any number of different sizes and then just pipe dots around it. And if you are really finicky, you can count them and make the same amount of dots, but don't worry about it. Just make, like do with the flow and just do as many as you'd like. Oh, yeah, I touched it here. So I have a fan running. So you can see it's already like starting to crust.
Thanks, Susie. Welcome.
All right, so I'll put
this. Yes, flower power. That's right, Julie. She's got a flower power.
Yes, yes, exactly. Fall flower power. Yes. All right. So now let's do this one.
Hello, Anna.
Depending on how much time we will have, I might repeat them all, but I'm gonna do this one. Oh, sorry, not this one. This
Is
one.
that cotton?
I already showed you the finish. I'm sorry. What?
Was that cotton?
No, this is just something I saw online. It said it's fall, so I don't know. It's something fall. Like how do you go about inspiration for fall? So you type fall, floral tea towels. Or you can do anything. You can do vector. You can do any kind of thing. So there, it was just like anything goes.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now I'm going to do yellow. And this is also 15-second consistency here.
What color yellow is that? It's so bright. It looks like the literal sun. Is it lemon?
It does look like literal sun. Okay. It is lemon, but it's muted with a little bit of orange.
Oh yeah.
Muted like
right.
Maybe it's the way my camera is picking it up. I'm sitting next to the window, and it could also be that.
So if any of you that are watching or on the fence have been watching us and haven't yet taken the plunge, why not? Come on. No better time to get started with cookie decorating. It's cookie season. Christmas is upon us. Get start up your oven. Give it a try.
You're gonna scare me. Okay, about it.
I'm not scaring them. I'm telling them, it's time to.
You're telling the truth. I know. You're telling the complete truth. Yes. And another thing about doing wet on wet, if you're piping, I'm gonna show you in a second another design where it's done a little bit differently. But when you're piping additional icing on your cookie, you don't want to over flood it because then it can.
It is, isn't it a great idea, Julie? It's very pretty. Hello, Leanne. Sorry, June. Not sorry.
Oh, is that June? June actually joined in from the.
She's on break from CookieCon.
She's having such a great time. I saw some pictures. Yeah. So say hello to everyone. Oops. Sometimes what happens, icing kind of tends to dry at the very tip of your piping bag. So just be mindful of that, because once it's there, your icing is not going to come out as nice. So wipe it once in a while, wipe it off once in a while. Now I'm going to add.
Hello, Anna. Hola. That's right, Jeremy.
Icing with the scribe. So I'm kind of shaping it so
To taper it.
yes. And even the stems, you can, because you can kind of shape it while it's wet to make it a bit nicer.
Giving me like cotton, like that's
Yeah, or it could be a pussy willow as well if it was white, can be anything. All right, so that's this one. And what I'm trying to do, I'm going to let it dry and then we're going to finish it up using edible marker. I'm sure you've seen it many times. It's a really fun technique. An edible marker just brings the design to life. It really does.
makes it graphic, yeah.
Yes. So I'm gonna set this aside. Now I'm gonna do the third design, which is the most kind of complicated. And I'm using this cookie. I have two here. So first thing I want to do, because I'm going to use wet on wet on a large section, so I want to avoid my icing like dripping over the edge. So I'm going to use a little marker here. It's a yellow marker, and I don't know if you can see it well, but can you see?
Can see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a food doodler?
Yes, of course. I wonder what prompted them to name it food doodle. I always have a hard time spelling that. I always have to check it up, like how is it spelled? So these sections, you can see these sections here. So I have 1, 2, 3. So those are going to be 3 flowers. Well, I mean, they're kind of on a simple side. We're really trying today to keep things simple. So I hope you can appreciate that.
Hello, Christina.
White. For those of you who are just joining, I think somebody is just starting with this cookie decorating journey. I'm using tipless bags, and I think Marlon. I don't know what Marlon is going to use today. We usually recommend that when you are, using when you are flooding. If you are going to pipe roses and stuff, you need a piping tip for that. So I always like to find a seam and then press it kind of down so it's flat in the middle, and then move this away and then cut straight across. Don't cut like this, or don't make the opening this big.
Oh my God.
The icing is going to come out very fast on you and you won't be able to control it. So it's better to make a small opening.
Test it.
I would say this is an equivalent of number 3.
So, Han, did you put baking powder in there in your dough? I'm just looking at the corners; they're very sharp. Is that dough have a baking powder?
This one doesn't.
No.
But you can. The thing what you can do with any cookie dough, if it's spreading or the corners are not sharp, you can omit the baking powder, or you can play with the ratio if you really prefer a little bit of, because baking powder does give it a little bit of puffiness, and there is a bit of a more lightness in it in the cookie. So you can play with the ratio. You can just add 1/4 of a teaspoon. Hi, Sally. So okay, so now I'm going to, let me just prepare my glue so I have it handy, because I have to work really quickly with that. Just gonna massage my bag.
A round middle is one of the consequences of eating cookies, I guess.
Well, having a soft middle is not so, unless you are 500 pounds, then it's a trouble with the heart. Right? I mean, yes, I watched that video on Instagram, as we do, right? There was this man, and he went on a weight loss journey, and he lost, like, I don't know, 250 pounds or something. Amazing. Just by exercising and, trying to. Oh yeah, you can replace some of the flour with starch. It will make for a softer cookie as well.
Well, it helps also with not spreading the cornstarch.
Powdered sugar also helps with not spreading. If you, I don't know if it's because it has cornstarch, but I always assume it's because the sugar crystals are not present there. So they can't really like melt or something. I'm here for you. Okay. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to do, oh yes, I'm gonna first, oh no, I'm gonna outline first. I can't remember now.
Is that ivory?
Oh no, this is pure white.
Oh yeah.
Straight from the ups. Straight from the mixer. Does it appear ivory for you?
A little bit, but I mean, I might be. The thing, also, I think the tone, like off-white type color, might be also the sugar, right? Like if it's not.
Yes.
I'm seeing duck feet.
Duck. Yes. Well, that's not completely wrong. I mean, they look like duck feet. I love watching, looking up at the sky when there are clouds. Do you do that? And it's so fun.
Well, here, like when the geese do their migration, I have to say I do like seeing that as well. You hear them like squawking, and you look up, and they're in their perfect formation.
Canadian geese is protected, I think, in US.
I don't know. I've seen where they land and make quite a mess, and they do get slaughtered. I saw them ascend on a golf course, and they basically collected them all up and sent them to be
slaughterhouse. Well, they do. Unfortunately, like if they migrate close to the lake or something, and they poop in the lake.
Yeah.
They are really,
Well, they contaminate the water.
Yes, disturbing the environment of the fish and all the animals there.
I don't know how many toes they have. I know they don't have 3 feet.
Oh, you come on, people! I'm trying to change. They do look like duck feet, don't they? But wait till we change this, then it will look like something else. This is the beauty of wet on wet. What else? Duck feet? Still duck feet?
Oh, dinosaur feet, sure.
Gosh, now it's going to be duck feet with poop on them. Dinosaur feet.
Oh, Karen's saying banned.
No, nobody's getting banned.
Well, maybe. Watch.
We're all friends here.
June is liking your color combo. Jeremy knows he's on walking on thin line. We're just teasing.
We like to tease. I mean, what else is there in life? We have to laugh, guys, a little bit. Not everything is, there's so many things happening. I don't want to get into it, but, So laugh is all we have, and it's free, right?
Yeah. So is anybody doing anything fun for the Labor Day weekend? Any adventures happening? I'm staying home. Yes, it does look like cotton, Karen. I'm seeing that too.
Oh yeah, so it's cotton then. I made cotton not knowing I'm making cotton. Okay, so now basically you have to let it dry. I mean, you can really like play with it a lot more. You can, add dots to sections. You can just make it your own.
They're loving it.
Well, it took a very short time, right? It didn't really take long. What you can do, and I'm thinking I'm going to do another one. Do we have time? Oh, we are running out of time a little bit. So I might do one with the yellow petals. You can really play with it. So now I've got here, and I haven't done this. This is a really like my prototype. Oh. So I'm going to now use that edible marker. And something else you can also do, you can add some dimension to this design, because look, like it's pretty flat, right? I know if you can see, it's pretty flat. So if you prefer a little bit of dimension, what you can do, you can take your brown icing, a little thicker though, and then you could perhaps add, I'll just do one. You know, add a half of a leaf, and then add another here, so you can really like play with the dimension here. I should have done it after I'm gonna scrape that off, because I need to draw on this. But you get the idea, because I only have one prototype that I made.
Diana's saying you redesigned the Canadian logo.
Okay, that's a really cool way to look at it. Thanks. That's a really big compliment. Oh, you've never been, okay. Okay, hi June.
Hi,
Bye,
June.
Have a fabulous time. I can't wait to hear all about it. Okay, so I made a little miss boo-boo here, but I just wanted to show you quickly. I should have done it after, but never mind.
You know what's great about the Canadian flag? I'm just going to say though, one thing. You cannot mistake it. You know, sometimes people look at certain flags like, oh, is it for that country or that country? Like,
that is true. That is true.
You know what flag that is. So I have to say, from like a design standpoint, it's strong.
It's very strong. It's very strong. Is it? I don't want to sound. I don't want to be ignorant. I know you have I suppose you have a lot of trees, but why maple? Or maple syrup?
It was a big industry, like, because like the maple, like that whole, it's like a big part of, like, you know, maple syrup, and that, I think that's why the tree was chosen.
Okay. So this is an edible marker. It's a fine tip edible marker. It's edible marker, so it's not an office marker. It's fully filled with edible food color. Reason I'm emphasizing on it is because we would get tons of comments of people saying that we cannot use office markers. These are not office markers. Some of the comments were not very nice sometimes, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm basically just going to outline. Oops.
That's it, exactly.
So I hope this is dry underneath. If it's not dry underneath, we'll see. I mean, I'm going to attempt to do it.
So if, you know, this is something to experiment with, this technique. If you haven't tried it, it's fun. You get to kind of add the details a little bit more controlled. Oh, hello, Anne-Marie. Yes, it has been a while. Hope you're well. Hi, Nicole. This is a technique would be fun on Halloween designs. There's like, you could do little ghosts in a sky and then outline them and stuff, like, you know, just to try it out. Very nice, Han.
Thank you.
You guys want to find, you know, the thing that I found, if you want inspiration for this particular technique, is if you look in like fabric, literal, like look for
fabric as well.
Fabric prints, you'll often find some ideas if you're looking for inspiration.
I look everywhere. It's like fabric. I do fabric, kitchen towels. Surprisingly, they have also mugs, coffee mugs. Sometimes they have T-shirts. I mean, there are so many different, you know, designs that you can kind of draw your inspiration from. And this one, I think, like, what the idea was that this is going to be, what's it called? Calice? The flower part. Folks, help me out. The part that is the rose has the green part that is like in case.
Oh, okay.
What's that called? Calyx?
Clue.
Right, it's Calyx. No?
Don't know.
Anyway, that's what I'm thinking.
Thank you, Kathleen. Yes, I like tattoos as well because they tend to have a black outline, and so a little like a coloring page. Yes, Trisha, they're answering you. Calyx.
Yes, is that how it's? Yeah. Oh, good. I learned something. Yes, so that's it. So the reason, so that's why I'm separating it, because these are the bottom leaves or whatever that is part of it. I don't know. I don't know what that's called. Okay. Now, obviously, if you're doing something with black, you won't be able to see the black. You know.
What do you mean? Like if you're doing the outline on a black icing?
Yeah, I mean, you won't be able to see the black. I mean, it's very hard to see the brown. I think I should have made the brown a bit lighter, or maybe do it even different color. What I also like that you don't always have to follow the color scheme of the flowers. You know, you can just follow create a design and then do your own colors, make it interesting. You know.
Okay, so Heather's saying Brax, and I'm looking it up. That's a couple of leaves. So sepal is the little leaves under the flower, and then bract is the leaves below that. The whole.
Okay. Another technique you can also do, you can do partial outlining. You don't have to outline everything. So like here, you can just give it a bit of you enhance or accentuate the line, the stem, but you don't have to go all the way. So let's say here, I do a little line, and then here, then here. And here I'm going to actually do the icing. So I'll just do one here, and then icing on the bottom and here as well. So I just need to do the top. Okay.
Oh.
And I'm going to do racks. So those are the little leaves, like the bottom leaves.
Yeah, there
is a name for everything. I mean, you know it, right?
Well, it is a calyx, but the other name is also like little leaves at the bottom. So there's several different parts. It's like biology. They all have the flowers all have their little parts.
Yes, they do. So see, this is what I was showing you before.
Yes, we also agree, Lindsay. We've been saying cotton.
I have no idea. I'm just pleased that it looks like a flower that actually exists. I mean, it's fantastic.
So the pen is a rainbow dust.
Yes, this is a pen called Rainbow Dust. It's called Food Art Pen, but it's a brand Rainbow Dust. If you go on my Amazon shop, just type into the Google Amazon Hanielas, my shop will come up, and one of the categories I have there food edible markers or food colors and edible markers, and I have those listed there.
And they come in more than just black. They come in other colors.
In a wide range of colors. Yes, but I think the black and like brown. I mean, I have red and blue. Have you used many of the colors?
I actually have them, but I haven't really used them. Botany, yes, Shanna.
Okay.
I'm not much of a botanist myself.
Yeah, I covered that yesterday. All right, so here is so I'm not gonna, so you get the idea that I would do the same here. Right, so here's the one we did today. Okay, let me just pick it up so we can compare. Okay, let me back up.
Yes, it completely changes it.
It changes the right, so you can really play with this. I mean, this is pretty as it is, but once you add the marker, it
yes, absolutely
level, right? And with this one, what I would do, I don't want to take up too much time because it's Marlene's turn now. So I would outline and then separate. I would separate the bud.
Don't go for it. Mine is small and fast.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just do it. I'm going to separate the buds. Is this the one that is dry, or is this the one?
I have to find, we're talking about plants. There's a girl I found on Instagram who was like, they suggest accounts to you. The girl she's a forager. And so she knows all about the poisonous and the not poisonous.
Oh,
And
yeah?
gosh, is she entertaining. She is so fun.
What is it? So she talks about the plants?
She talks about, she finds things and she tells you, okay, this is poisonous, this is not poisonous, or
Wow.
and then she ends all her videos with "Don't die."
Well, the thing is, right? The plant. If you don't know, that's why I'm scared to pick mushrooms. We used to go mushroom picking with my parents, and they just had a massive, what do you call it when you find mushrooms, like massive whatever picking experience. My friend sent me so many pictures, and it was massive because it was raining a lot and then it was warm, so they grow like weed then. All right.
How do you stop? And she's asking, how do you stop the pin from colored bleed when you bag them?
How do you stop the pin from? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah, maybe that's a typo. The
pen. I think it's pen. I think it's pen. How do you stop the pen from color bleed when you bag them? Oh, I don't have. I haven't had this problem. The only thing is, if you expose it to moisture, if you start like rubbing it and we have your fingers wet, it will smear just like any marker would. But I've never had issues with, especially with food noodlers or this particular brand that it would kind of.
Well, if I can add, though, I've seen some people, because of it's maybe humidity in the air, they just brush the surface with cornstarch.
Oh, yes.
I've seen people do.
That's true. That is true.
Debbie, yes, that's very funny. So Debbie says she forages in her fridge and sometimes it can be dangerous. Are you not paying attention, Jeremy? She said it 2 times.
It is.
I'm just teasing you.
I will, Jeremy, I'm going to need your address. I will send you an invoice. It's a, I'll tell you. Sorry, I'm in a good mood. Rainbow dust. But you have that marker, I'm pretty sure. You're just asking. Right?
Heather went on a date with a botanist and he pulled a root out and told her to eat it. She said it was, figured anyone who could find food in the woods was a
yes. What was it? Okay, what was the plan? This is taking an interesting turn. I also have did I send you a picture of my cactus?
You did.
So I don't know if you guys saw. A few weeks ago, I shared a story in my Instagram. On my Instagram, I found. It was just there, and it was very sad looking. So I took it. I took a trimming with me on my run of a really nice, like flat leaf cactus. So I researched online what to do with it, how I can propagate successfully. And so I let the cut part dry. It took about, a week or so. And then it took 2 months. I thought I killed it for sure because I planted it in a good soil, and it took 2 months for it to sprouting a new leaf. And now it's growing really, really nicely. But what's interesting, I got an email from a woman from Australia, and she said that particular cactus is illegal to sell, propagate, to get, and like illegally in Australia because I guess it grows like weed. Interesting, huh?
It is.
Indian cucumber root, quite tasty.
So if anybody's interested, I just found her. So she's on Instagram, the Black Forager, not just Black Forager. And so you'll see her personality. I mean, you might not be interested in foraging for mushrooms, but she's so just entertaining. She's wonderful. She's really She's got a lot of passion for foraging.
So now I'm just adding like random dots,
Oh, I like that.
you know, just to bring it to life.
These are awesome.
Thank you. This is really fun because you can really like, oh, I like that. I like that. Oh, I didn't. Oh, on my previous design, oh, I didn't do that. So what I did, I forgot to add the dot underneath. You see how?
Oh, yeah.
It's.
But you could do that. You were saying how you wanted to add some dimensional elements.
You see how this is a dot that I added underneath, but now it's a good idea. Yeah, what Marlon is saying, you could add that after, and it kind of like makes it more dimensional. So yeah, sometimes mistakes lead us to a new opportunities, right? So
that's right.
We haven't talked about alcohol in a really long time, Jeremy. So we gotta find something else to talk about, right? So I don't know if it needs to get the outlines on the.
No, I think because it's so dark, it's effort wasted.
Yeah. You could also add, like, if you wanted to, you could even draw like maybe I don't know, butterfly, maybe a I can't find the word. You know what I mean? Like you could add a few elements onto the yellow as well if you wanted to, because it is so bright, so you'll be able to see it. If you wanted to, you could also maybe add. I don't know if I can decide what I often do. I will do it on a parchment. So this is the stem. So let's say I want to do another like a little leaf on it. You see? What do you think? Go for it. Leave it.
Oh, you can add it. I mean, it's kind of nice. It's hard to tell with the paper. Dina, you're asking, it's black forager.
So we can add these, if I can fit them in. And then comment on that person's Instagram and tell them that Montreal Confection sent you.
She has 650,000 followers. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that it's all because of her personality. I mean, she is seriously.
Yeah, very funny.
She's really good.
So I actually decided to switch. It's easier. I decided to switch to my to the
other end.
The other end. This marker is great that way. I mean, I'm not loving this, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's it. The marker has the two tips on it, so you get to have like the option if you want a super fine line or if you want something a little bit chunkier.
Okay, so this is the wide end. See? And then you move, you turn it, and this is the very fine tip. And this is great for eyelashes as well if you're doing a lot of characters.
Yes, a ladybug would be very nice.
Oh, ladybug. Where? Oh, ladybug. Ladybug. Okay, how do we draw a ladybug? So ladybug would be, okay. So I'll add a ladybug. I don't know. Like, do ladybugs have 7 or 8 dots? I'll just go for it. Should I just add it? Like, I'll just add it like it's like here.
She's got charisma, but she's really on another level, I have to say.
What?
He's asking about the foraging lady.
Okay, that's my version. Poor ladybug, sorry.
Are there yellow beetles?
Oh God, that's a squash beetle. I hate those. Okay, so what do I do? Like this is okay. All we can do, we can do the ladybug. I'm not gonna. This is it. I can turn it to something else.
That's fine. What was the other cookie now? You had done the little sunflower one, the little sunflower one.
Oh, me what?
Your sunflower version, the one with the dots.
Oh, with the dots, yes. Let's bring them. Oh, let's bring. Well, I'm not gonna. I think this is nice as it is. You can obviously, if you really want to spend all the time to outline all the little dots, but I think it doesn't really. This is like a, yeah. If I can be truthful, I would just leave it without the black and without the that, and it would be nice enough. So it's matching this design. And this is like a filler cookie, I would say. So if you're doing this on a platter, you know, this is really easy to. I mean, they're all quite easy to come, you know, to
Yeah.
do.
So royal icing transfer beetle would be good.
Yes, I think the royal icing beetle would be smiley pumpkin.
Hi, Sally. I think for your sunflower one, you know, all I would do is maybe some little dots, like little 3 cluster dots, just to carry the marker onto it. Do you know what I mean? But your icing is probably not dry, so don't do that.
What do you, oh, this one is not dry. Yes, sorry. So what do you mean? Like you mean like random here, right? On the
yeah,
board?
just little spreading little dots.
Yeah, just so it kind of, I guess, it connects the other designs. Yes. The one thing that I would show, but I don't have. I don't have. Oh, I do have it, but I don't know if I have. Yeah, I might not have what I need. How to remove the ladybug. I was going to show you how to remove it.
Do you really think that the rainbow dust marker is going to come off?
With Everclear?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. I don't know.
So this is she's going to attempt to erase the dot.
So it's obviously it's like it's a
so you need a dry surface before you start coming in on there and trying to dampen the surface with like alcohol dries, but
it dries, but it's kind of like you see how it's the marker. Obviously, it's this fine tip marker. I think it's harder to remove than the regular ones.
It is
because it just but if you ever run into that problem there, you know.
So what happens when you wipe the surface with alcohol? It tends to make it look a little dingy, and a way to counter that is you can kind of pearl the whole cookie, so then it hides that little dingy area if ever you were to encounter that.
You can really see how this is, the yellow is nice and smooth, and this section, it's kind of not.
But they're very nice.
So, well, this was, I mean, we did it together. We did this one together. I'm not going to use that in my tutorial because I'm not loving it, but that's the whole point of doing the lives and, you know, learning along with us. So we show you how we often do.
So I'm going to attempt to decorate
it. You're going because I took up the whole hour.
It's all good. It's all good. So, so I've been...
Okay, let me remove myself.
Let me do the dance here. Oh, you're messing with me. So I'm not that prepared today. I was busy. I've been working hard on. Also, I had some cookie kits. Oh, here they are. And so this is up on Global Belly, and like we mentioned earlier, there's a sale right now. The code is LABOR20. You get 20% off.
All these. Oh my God! I didn't realize you had so many. Look at all these.
And it's free shipping for U.S. Orders over $40, so U.S. location.
Yes, so get a couple of these or several of these, and this is going to be great. If you can play a decorating party with your friends, and this will be great.
Yes.
So get on it, guys.
So this is just, I'm showing you guys a pumpkin. So I'm going to be adding a Halloween face. So there's so many different ways you could add a face to, like the different expressions, and you can Google jack-o'-lantern. So there's a lot of templates to actually like to cut a pumpkin, you know, like if you were actually to carve. So you can look at those types of templates for inspiration to make your cookies. So I'm starting off with this is actually an art tool, the palette. It's a short, like a palette knife, but it's like shorter, and I find it works well with cookies. And I'm just buttering, essentially, icing onto the surface of the cookie. So when you butter a thin layer like this, it dries quite quickly. And you could, with the marker, write on.
little towards you. Yes, like that. Excellent.
So you could draw right on the cookie, but if you like to work on a base, you just butter it on and then just let it dry a little bit, and you'll have a nice kind of like background. And then through the magic of
it always makes me laugh because this is not how fast it dries, like if you're just like starting, it takes maybe this layer. How long would you say it would take?
Oh, well, it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast. So here I'm looking at my I think I'm going to go super simple there on the right, the one just below, something like that. You don't have to go very complicated. So triangles. So you can so what happens is this becomes, I'm just going to draw a little triangle here, and you can do it like kind of rough and then tweak it with your icing. But this essentially becomes your guidelines. So I'm drawing, and you could create a template if you want, if you're not, comfortable with drawing on your cookies. And then you can just quickly color it in. So this particular marker is more like it's quite different than the one Han used. This one is by Americolor, and it's quite fat. It's like more of a paintbrush.
Yes, I have that actually here. I have the whole assortment. They do last for a long time. We do have a couple of questions, so I don't know. Yeah, Angie, sorry. Yeah, we wish you all the best. Hopefully everything will be back to normal at some point and you'll get your mail going and everything. Heather is asking, is there a way to revive food markers? Mine seem to dry out before I get to use them more than once. Now, I would recommend store, like if you possibly, the dual markers are really hard to like store this way or this way because they are dual, right? So if you're using the markers with just one end, store them upright so the ink is it's gravity fed. The pen is going to be gravity fed with the ink, and then also to revive them. Some markers you can remove the cap and get the inside to revive it with additional food color. Some I don't know if you can always open. What are you doing now? Oh, you're doing.
I'm just, if you want to give yourself a bit of a guideline to know where your stem's going to be. Now, you can do them all the same. And if you are going to plan on doing them all the same, you want to use a template. That'll just make your life so much easier. But if you want to do a whole bunch of different, you can make some looking more friendly, some looking mean, play with the different expressions.
Yeah, I know, Jeremy. I mean, more like, at least have power, or have like basic stuff. Like it will take a while for the recovery time will be long for sure. So
Han showed how to cut. I like to use little sewing scissors to cut the hole. And when you're going to be icing, like I want a portion of this line to be hidden. Like the thing with this particular technique, it's going to give the look like the eyes are kind of inset. So half of the icing gets hidden with the orange. So if you do a really small line, it doesn't show as much. So you want to have like a line that's a bit fat. So so you can see if your black wasn't super perfect, well, you can kind of like tweak it with the icing. It's just a general like guide, and then you can tweak what your design you want with this icing here. And now I'm just adding the stem. And pumpkins, I know like the stem, it's supposed to be brown to pick them, but you can't, if you want to mix the brown, or you can just paint it after. It's a color that, of course I don't have my needle here. You
can also use red and green to make brown if you don't have brown. Brown is people don't have, but a lot of people have green and red because if you decorate Christmas cookies, Valentine's Day cookies, you usually have at least red on hand. And you can always add a little cocoa powder to your icing.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
But I love it green. It's perfect.
I find it's more like kiddish, you
Yeah.
know?
Not everything has to be exactly what it looks like in real life, you know. If you wanted to make it, you could make it purple. You could make it, you know, put a leopard print on it. Glowing eyes, yes, indeed.
Well, last week or Tuesday, was it Tuesday? When did I do? Here, let me just show it. It was
I don't, the weeks are flying by.
so last Tuesday, I think it was, I had done them with holes. So this is a different version. Now we're icing the whole thing, but you see here, you can cut holes in your cookies. And if you want to watch the replay, you can see how I made them glow.
Yes.
They literally glow.
That is terrible. Yes, I know so many kids don't even know what the normal school is like. Yeah.
They're talking about the COVID situation.
Yeah, I think the COVID and I guess yes, I think the COVID.
And now when you're coming in with the orange, you see a portion of it gets hidden, the green, you see, because I'm coming in on side. So if you're using a super, like I mentioned, a super fine line, while you're losing that element.
You told me this was simple before we started. Oh, I just had like this simple pumpkin. Okay, very well.
Well, it is.
I think we need to change the definition of simple.
Well, I mean, let's ask are you guys finding this complicated? So this is really runny icing, and compared to what I usually use, I wanted it to level quite quickly.
Angie wants to try the glow ones that you did Tuesday. Yes, if you do make them, Angie, let us know, or let Marilyn know. You can always take us. Yeah, so they don't think this is simple.
No.
No, just the.
I mean,
yes, we you know, having been doing this for so long, we find that simple is boring for you guys, you know.
So there it is. I mean, I don't know. I thought he was kind of. I mean, how long did it take me? It took me with the talking and the explaining 10 minutes.
It's cool. I like it a lot.
And you can see, if I tilt it, you can see the dimension of the face.
Yes.
So it gives it, you know, a cute, fun, like dimensional aspect. I didn't do segments. You know, often we see the segments, and that step takes a little bit more. But I thought, hey.
So it is simpler than some others you've done.
Yes.
Dina is asking, was the green to make a define on the eyes and the mouth?
Well, it's just a lot of orange without, like, if you're mixing the green for the stem anyway, I find that it gives it a nice little burst of color.
I think it's a nice glow effect. Yeah. I like that a lot. Jeremy says it's achievable. It definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too cute. That is cute. I need to buy the knife that you use. Can you show the knife you used?
Yeah. So you'd find this at art, like painting, you know, arts craft section in the painting.
It's a palette. These are called palette knives. They don't. I think that's how they are being sold. You can also get these by a set with different shapes of the blade.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
it's a nice shape. I mean, it's what's great about it. It's very quick to do, right? Like you can spread the icing very quickly.
Absolutely, and I find that for cookies, like it's very similar shape than an offset spatula for cakes. But it's so much shorter, and it just allows for, like, I don't know, it's less cumbersome. When you're working on a cookie, it's small, you know, it's not like a cake. So the offset spatula would work, I guess, as well, but I do like this for the cookies. I got mine at the dollar store. Thanks, Trisha.
Yeah.
Oh, you like it better than the segments? Yeah, it's I find it looks a little bit like more like crisp, you know, like there's less
Well, the segments, it takes also longer, right? When you do when you do outline segments, okay, but then when you do actual segments for the dimension, that takes even longer.
Yes, yes. And if you want, you can do once this.
Thank you, Joanne. Sorry.
I think you could do like a swirl if you wanted. Once it dries, you could do like a little vine, you know, if you wanted to bring down some of the color. Last time, you know what, last year, the year before, I'd have to look at my old videos, I actually shaped the mouth and put a little pumpkin, a candy pumpkin, and it was like he was biting the candy pumpkin. I got all kinds of Halloween candy. I showed you all my Halloween.
Do you have pearls? Do you have white? Do you have pearls for the? Maybe if you stick a pearl for the eye or candy, you know, that's another thing you could do. You've done it, I think, before, didn't you?
Sure, I did. I'll show it quickly. I didn't like it. I was going to do this today, and it didn't work out. So this is the ghost, and I actually had made like he was going to hold a lollipop.
Oh, that's so cute.
And his tongue was coming out. See, I put icing like that.
Oh,
but I thought he looked weird, so I scraped him, and I figured it wasn't good enough to show. But I do still like the concept.
The concept is excellent. I think you should still do that idea. The idea is brilliant. I love it. He's got a yes. Okay.
Here, let me. Well, we have 2 seconds. I'm going to tape it. So here, let's add the white icing on. So you're just preparing your lollipop. So I find that it works better, obviously, with a flat lollipop, because a round lollipop would not rest.
Dina says, yes, do it. I love it. Yes, so you're doing it.
So I wasn't sure about the lip on it, but it was like something I came up with in 5 minutes.
I wonder, like, if the lollipop was like, I know it's like a Halloween style, right? But if it was like if there were different colors that the tongue wouldn't get, so maybe if you outline the tongue or do a black outline on the tongue or something that it's like more like that it is the tongue. But I think it's cool. You could make,
I don't know, the tongue would have to be maybe a different, because the lollipop is green, it's orange, it's purple, it's got a lot of colors. Okay, so I'm just going to, so this cutter is AliExpress. I really like this cutter. I haven't seen anything really similar. So the concept here is the lip kind of going over the lollipop, the tongue wrapped around. So I'm just resting this in the wet icing and just kind of like jiggling it in there. And then I'm going to use pearls for the eyes. So it's important to put the lollipop I found before, or else you won't exactly know where to put the eyeballs. So I'm just using black pearls. And then that's it. I wasn't sure about this top lip. I thought it looked after, in my head it worked, but then when I saw it, I wasn't sure if I liked it anymore.
Pumpkin ballism.
Yeah.
So the pumpkin is eating a small pumpkin.
Yes, maybe. So there, you see he's holding. And then if you want, you can add like a stiffer icing to make like a thumb kind of a thing here.
What I also like about it, once it actually dries, you can actually, the kids can hold it by the stick.
They can, and they can pretty easily, I think, pull out the lollipop and eat the lollipop after, you know? So yeah, it's just here, let me move this guy on this side.
Oh, yeah, Debbie is saying maybe do a lower lip as well.
Oh, the lower lip, you think it needs a lower lip? Maybe.
I like it. It's so fun. Definitely try to experiment with it because it's fun.
Yeah, it's an idea.
All right, so we're actually going over an hour today. We didn't think we were going to.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. And as always, guys, you can you show us your support by showing up as commenting and just engaging with us, but also you can support us in our coffee shops. You can either just buy us coffee or, you know, we have a lot of templates and recipes there. Do you have a new template set to this week?
I didn't. I was ill prepared this week. Like I said, I was preparing all those kits for the holidays because Hands kits and my kits, we need to make them in advance to have time to ship and have time to, you know, so I was working on that. So thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll see you on Tuesdays. If you weren't aware, we're on Tuesdays as well. So see you Tuesday. Bye everybody.
Bye guys.